Hello, welcome to the Research Cat. This is our continuing playthrough of demonstrating potential problem solving. This looks a little bit different than the last one. Episode 10 actually didn't get recorded, or rather, it got recorded, but there had been a power outage during the rendering process, and so the footage was lost. Um, So I'll give you a quick rundown while they're working here of what's going on. But there isn't a lot of changes in the last one, except for we have started to get the oxygen going as we're starting to reduce some of the pressure. We're doing that by dropping the bottom out of the base rather than cleaning it up. We had some water spillage due to the fact that we had a plumbing issue, and that's why there is all this dirty water around in the base, because the plumbing pipes all backed up and started to spill in both bathrooms. So mostly what we did last time is I changed the way that the plumbing worked. We're now up to 11 duplicates. We're again working on our stress. We have quite a bit of food. Not going to worry too much about the food right now, and we're going to concentrate on the power. We have a potential airlock here. I haven't done a lot with the airlock at the moment, or moved the oxygen down, simply because there's no reason to at this moment. Because I'd rather clean out the rest of the base before I do that. I have a couple of the Wheezeworts that are working on the temperature. This is warming up. When this warms up a little bit more, the reeds will start to grow. This reed is growing, I think. Well, I guess they're all growing. And we happen to have some polluted water that is here, but this has now been turned off. I put an airlock in here. I don't know that I'm going to use anything with this. And I also have a small algae terrarium here. I don't have a ton of algae, but I do have a lot of water, and so I'm trying to give a little oxygen point that they can come in and breathe as I continue to dig down. The temperature is going to become a problem, but I think we can dig into this, which is mostly slime and algae, without too much trouble. And this can get us a benefit. We have this big cold biome here that we've started to drop down into. I'll eventually, I'm trying to keep the oxalite untouched for when I need it later, but I may have to come in and portion off the base for potential oxygen problems. Temperature problems. So I do have that. We're going to be working on these things, and I'm still going to have to worry about some sort of a farm because my polluted water is becoming just too much. So I may put in here a tree farm, and I should probably dig that out now. For it, I should also put in a couple of these airflow tiles. And we will see. The trees really only need 3, but I'd really like them to have 4, so I'm going to put it across here. And then we're going to dig out here. And I want to put another trap here for polluted water. And actually, as I think about this, let's take this out. Let's put in and make this so that they don't have to continually carry polluted water down. Let's put this across here. Actually, I'm going to do this across here too, but I apparently can't I thought I could just put them over, but I can't. Well, okay. And we'll put a pump here in the polluted water. I want to use up this polluted water. I don't want to have to build another tank for polluted water. We are cleaning it and we are using it, the sort of cleaned water. If we look at the germ overlay here, it does a pretty good job cleaning, but we do have, this is pretty germy, yucky water, and this is pretty germy, yucky water up here. So I'm using that water, but then once it gets used, it's returning back to here. So I'm not really using a whole lot of it. So I think what I'm going to do is move this water around. We'll connect into there. And we'll put the two pumps together. That way when one pump fails, it can all fail. That sounds like a great plan. And I'm going to run this down. And I think I'm going to run it down here through these tiles, back up to here, through these tiles, back over here. I got to get up. The trick here is I got to get up and across this line, and then I can put another return. Put another return there. We'll put in a bridge. I should probably simplify this plumbing a little bit. We might do that later. And so the white is the exit points, right? So where did we cross as well? Oh, we crossed here, right next to it. I'm busy looking for a thing that is already there. So that means, excuse me, that means I need to replace these. And I guess I'll replace them now. Let's deconstruct that whole set. I kind of hate to kill the plants like this, but it's going to get done. Then I don't have to make them walk through this yucky water. Then they'll get sick, they'll get germs, all of this. Then their stress will go up, and we're already having stress problems. So instead, we'll replace it with food. Where's the hydroponics? That's under the food. And we'll replace it with these. While they're busy working on that, oh, the other thing I did is I did change the schedules around a little bit, so we evened them out a little bit, and I'm going to start running out of bedrooms as well. I have a couple of beds left, one I think, and then after that we'll have to push into a new space. I don't really want to push this way, but I might have to. And our hydrogen capture at the top is, we do have some hydrogen up there, and we have some hydrogen that is slowly making its way up the base. And we are able to pump some of this oxygen here. There's a filter there, and so it's pushing some oxygen down into here where it will rise back up again. I'm hoping that we can fix the oxygen. It's better, but it's still really bad. So I don't know. I think it's the oxygen that's going to that's going to get me. And then we can sweep all this up because we're not going to actually use it now. We'll put these hydros in. And then we can automate that task out. And then in here, we can put trees. Oh, you know what? We cannot. I have to I have to redo this a bit because they can only go in every other spot. So okay. So we should be able to put a tree here, yes. Oh, and then actually they can't even go in every other spot, can they? I'll have to, let me redo this. And then I have to redo the pipe. All right, let me get the pipe done first. So it's gonna be here. Oh, wait a minute. And it's actually here and up. So a tree will go here and then here and there. So I won't be able to have as many trees as I had planned. I could put something else maybe there, but I think I'm not. I think I'm just going to keep this for the trees. I think they use a decent amount of water. So we'll get that done. As our base gets more complicated, it can just become a little more difficult to keep track of everything. I think that's the challenge of the mid-game. I still, in my opinion, haven't reached mid-game, although it's, we got a stress issue here. No, that isn't stress issue. That is the problem that it's gotten too hot down here. Well, somebody will repair it pretty soon. Because you can have auto repair. So we'll get that pump fixed. Now this isn't growing because we don't have the polluted water because we haven't finished the piping. Okay. And I'm not sure they can reach that one right there, so we're going to put up a ladder there. Actually, I'm going to put the ladder all the way up here, and that way if they stand on it, they can fix anything up here that might be a problem. Okay. I think I had a skill. Oh, I got a duplicate potentially up here. Are there any? No narcoleptics, which are good. Aluminum ore is excellent. At this point, I'm like, no more duplicates until I get this figured out. Turner is okay in his stress, but not great. I'm going to give him digging. And Nails is in better shape. I'm going to give him grilling. Not that we need the grill right now, but we might someday. We'll set a new research project, and in the research, I think we're going to come out here to our computers. So we'll get that set up. For that, we're just kind of finishing off the technology. I really need to have a better idea of the map to be considered mid-game for me, regardless of our time that we're doing. And we're not producing enough oxygen, which undoubtedly is because we have some power out. And our power is out because we lack resources, which is wood, but then this will get, that will take care of some of that, which is good. To get over here, I think we'll dig here. This thing isn't growing anyway. And later on I can bring the salt water up to the base, but there's no reason to do that right now because I have too much water as it is. That stress is a constant problem of mine. But we will work on it. You know, I'm so used to playing this with basically no sound. It occurred to me that I turned the sound off. I always turn the music off in games like this, but the the sound tends to annoy me sometimes. I'll be busy doing other things. When I play these games on my own, I'll typically do homework or something like that I've got of my own stuff, and so I'll dig this out. And so the sound is just kind of annoying because I do the do my homework sometimes in the background. I'm actually done with school except for occasionally working on one of my own research projects that need to get done. It's different when I'm at work because then I feel like that person deserves to have my full attention. But when I'm just doing my own personal projects, I tend to do them in and amongst my other stuff. Sometimes I'll end up painting, I got a bunch of 40K tanks that I'm working on, and I'll end up painting those. There we go. Nobody wants to come down into this ugly water here and fix these two things. So I need you to do that. And I also need this done. Well, actually, I need the pipes under that done as well. And then let me just check my plumbing because I had a bunch that I redid. Yeah, so we have another little loop. And while the fresh water is over here on our farms, we'll have the wood and the reeds over on this one. So let's get them to catch up here. They dug this out. And now they're working on that. let's keep this going. I changed the priority to 7. And on my priorities panel, do I have anybody not with a priority right now? No, everybody's got jobs assigned. I put 2 people on storing last session in the hopes that some of this would get cleaned up. Guys, get this done. I don't know about the trees, if they're going to... Yeah, the trees aren't going to be helpful in my oxygen issues, but they will get rid of some of this polluted water. Because they require quite a bit, 70 kilograms. I may have to put in more and extend it, but I'll have 5 trees here, so that's go away. So that's going to bring up quite a bit of water that hopefully we can use per cycle. It's not a ton. We're still producing more than we're going to be using, but these will need it too. And well, these and well, why is I don't know why a balm lily is, possibly because I planted them. Well, I didn't mean to. Alright, let's uproot these guys. Well, maybe that's meant... No, that's what I wanted. Huh. Okay. No, I wanted to read, right? Now I've confused myself. Which, you know, in this game is not that hard for me to do. So let's uproot. Yes, these guys is what I actually want. We'll plant the thimbleweeds, and they require quite a bit of water too. 160 kilograms per cycle. They need twice the trees. That will be good. All right. So let's let's go in so I can grab these things. And we'll plant. And then we'll plant. And then over here, we'll uproot, and uproot, and uproot, and uproot. If I ever find the oil and get my plastic together, that would be good too. All right, so we'll, I'd like to cancel this. There we go. All right. Okay. Well, we are progressing. What I need them to do is still get this done. I mean, it's already on priority 9, so let's let's get this done. The sparkles means that someone has a great morale and should make other people happier. That's always good. At this point, I'm looking for any good morale. And I'm going to address that morale if I can ever get this part done here. How are we doing on our digging down here? Well, we're digging down here, I guess. I actually do not want them to dig here. I'm gonna dig this way and then try to clean up this ugly water. This will get me some iron ore, which is good too. And if I actually leave that there, then they can get across. I feel like this has somehow gotten to be more water than I thought we had before. Huh. I didn't think we spilled that much water down here. Apparently we did. Well, I don't want to have this water end up into this water. So, and I need to get this cleaned up. So, let's get what we can done here. Oh, finish this. Is that plumbing loop done? So it's coming down, it pumps down to here. Oh, and then we have a broken piece here. Come here, please. And then let's put a tree in here. This will help address the power problems. Okay, and then water is coming here, helping that out. I think this is a temperature problem. Yes, it's just a little too cold, but that will not last because this whole area is heating up. In fact, it's heating up enough that I think I'm going to put a I'd like to put insulated tiles in, but I don't really want to put insulated tiles in. We'll just keep it here for the moment. Oh, and I've got the neutronium geyser, which were whatever this geyser happens to be. We thought maybe it was chlorine. We'll see. It'd be kind of nice if it was ethanol. Then we could just make a little sluice here and it could fill up down here and we could use it. Anything that would get our power in better shape would be nice. And that is, oops, another one. So we have no narcoleptics. We're going to take the snazzy suit, and then on here, we're going to put the snazzy suit on Gossman because she has been working really hard. So she'll get to put on her suit once she gets up from her nap. And what the snazzy suit has is it gives a 30 morale bonus wherever she happens to be. We'll also go to skills. We'll have Ren continue with his artwork, and Lyra has pretty good morale. We'll have her go to crop tending because we're going to need farming a little bit better. We're still doing really good in food, not too worried. When I get down to 100,000, I'll start worrying about the food a little more. And I think I should cut these ladders here. And put in some sort of barriers for our heat. Oh, I never put in a fire ladder here. Well, we can do that. And we'll put in, if you look at some of the maps later, if you decide that, you know, this is something you want to try, there's maps later that you pretty much have to put in these insulated barriers. Oasis, which is one of the harder maps, if not the hardest map. The Badlands is another one. You have to put them in much earlier because otherwise your base will just cook. You have this little small starting biome, and the harder the map gets, the more difficult it can be to create problems. That problems will start to cascade quickly. I'm really, our oxygen is questionable. These are not working because the pipe is blocked. Huh. Well, let's see why the pipe is blocked. Where's my plumbing panel? So it's coming up, and it's coming out of here, and it's coming up. And then that's coming up from here and out. Well, this used to work, and it is working there, so it's just this chain isn't working. Well, let's go across here. Let's actually deconstruct this piece here. Thank you. This is why she got the thing. We have now dropped a whole bunch of water down into our base. And then let's go to our plumbing panel here, and let's drop there. Okay. See if somebody comes and fixes that, if that takes care of our issue. Where is this? Because that's obviously going nowhere. What is this from? This is from the electrolyzer. No, the carbon skimmer. Well, let's go back to look at our plumbing here. So, this is an intake pipe from here, I'm guessing. I'm not sure that's going to work that way. Let's go, but let's try there. See if that fixes a little bit there. I can also oxidize this rust, but I'll have maximum gas pressure, so yes. So when they fix this, now the carbon skimmer is working. The electrolyzer is not, probably because of the pressure. Yeah. So hopefully as we get some of this carbon dioxide out, we can do this. It's going to mean we're creating a lot more water there. And over here, I need somebody to fix this. Well, you know what? They don't actually have to fix this right now because I'll try to get an exosuit together so we can do that easier. Alright, we can do that. It'll be a race. Can we get an exosuit together before we run out of water? And what do I have? Let's put up a jukebox and give them a dancing area. Wonder where we would put a dancing area. We could put it here. We'll deconstruct the ladder. We'll put a roof on here. We'll put in a set of doors. And we'll put in a one of these tiles here. And one there. And then we need to put in a jukebox. I can put it right on this cord that I already got going. And then we need something that looks good. So we'll put up a little crown molding. Oops. Got lost in my panels. I guess what we could do, I have a plumbing, power right there. So let's go with a I don't know, let's go with a lamp. Um, and if we look at the power, it's just sitting right on that. And then we'll put in a little decorations there. Huh. Oh, I got the exosuit forge done too. Alright, so let's put in 2 sculpting blocks. And we have the exosuit forge. Which we'll put here. We also have a shearing station, but this will be good for the Drecos, but it would be better if I put it someplace where I could actually use it. With any luck, this will help bring that power down. But if nothing else, they'll work up in the oxygen and maybe that stress will drop. Also looks like my storage is filling up. And then let's dig out this. Actually, let's dig that little bit out too, because then this hydrogen can work its way right on up. Good. There's a game out there called Satisfactory that I would really like to play. So once it comes out of early access, I play a couple of games in early access, but not a lot. Any ones I'm not really sure on. I'm playing in early access right now the Subnautica Below Zero. And we'll put lumber in here. And then if I make this extend across, how are we in temperature? We're doing okay. Let's put, well, if you can't find food, I don't know what to tell you. As we keep digging this out, it's going to become less cold. So I think we're just going to put a roof right across this. I'm playing Darkest Dungeon right now with a mod called No More Heroes, and it's Darkest Dungeon with the which is a kind of like a gothic horror, I guess, with a but you only have the starting heroes and then that's it. So every time I lose one, it's pretty bad. It's a little more challenging, and I like that. I always like a challenge. I'm actually amazed. Whoop, what happened? I thought I did that. I'm actually amazed that we're still limping along as we are. But we now have the light on, we have this together, and if I go look at rooms, we have another morale bonus here for a recreation room. So that's good. And we have more duplicate skills. We'll have Ruby. Her morale is excellent, so I'm going to have her work on operating. Okay. And it looks like their construction is pretty much done. So what I want to do is keep going. They're working on this, but I don't care that much about that at the moment. We can deconstruct this and put in a tile here. But, oh, and we did a pretty good job of cleaning up down here too. So I think what we'll do is we're going to continue to drop this ladder down. Decent amount of hydrogen there, but not. I'm kind of looking for a hydrogen vent. I don't know how this game works in its how it puts hydrogens, like if you always have a water vent or you always have a hydrogen vent. I know that sometimes I haven't found them, but I don't know if that's because they didn't exist or because they just were, or I just didn't find them. I don't know how that part of it works. And I suppose what I should do is start getting this together, but there's really no point until I can actually build exosuits. Which, at the moment, I can't. Algae's good, but we're going to take the narcoleptic because of our own personal challenge. So, Lindsay comes in to a potentially bad place at this point. She's probably like, no, no. But here we go. There's our operating. And our morale is again dropping, so putting in that thing probably helped out. We're holding steady on our food, but our oxygen is slowly getting worse again because of our power issues. Let's see what we can do on, I think, on our priorities. Lindsay, I've got her on operating right now, and that's not a bad thing to put her on, but I think I'm also going to put her in farming. Let's look at that again. Well, actually, let's put Lindsay on storing, and let's put Lyra on farming since she's better at it. And they should be able to. They can go 2 up, so they should be able to dig this out. They may not want to, but they should be able to do it. And then by putting in all of this, and actually I got to put a door in too. That should allow me to address some of the temperature problems that are here. And then let's just check and make sure that we're actually able to farm out these trees. I don't know what that thing is, but we'll make sure we're getting it. I gotta deal with this yet. We kind of have no end of problems here. And what is, well, let's sweep that up, dig this out, and sweep this up. I guess mop is the better word for that. And you know, actually, because I've got this operating this way, we can deconstruct this. We'll use that metal somewhere else. And we can put one more atmosphere dock there. Now, if we're going to have more than 2 atmosphere docks there, we'll have to get rid of this, but I would prefer not to do that. I'd like to use this up here as another dock area. Maybe right here. So let me prepare that. Let's go with here. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's good. And we'll go right across here. And then they can build that out. And then we have I can't really run this ladder any further up without risking my hydrogen. But I need to continue to expand upwards. So I think what I'm going to do is expand upwards from here. Well, I also need to get a ladder down here. Let's do that now. They can kind of work on this whenever they feel like it. It's not something I'm super invested in, but it would be good to have it done. And what we'll do is put in another fire pole down to here. And then we'll dig across to here. This is water. And if I come up this way, I can't actually right? I can't deconstruct these things, can I? No. So they're kind of blocking this ladder. And if I put a ladder up here, I'm going to run into the chlorine. But we should be able to put a ladder up through here. Maybe. This is going to be a problem too. Well, let's put a ladder up here then. Oops. We'll cancel that. We'll dig this. And then we'll dig up here and see what's going on up there. I have no idea what's going on up there. Okay, well, They need flashlights, apparently. We've managed to get our morale back down to 0, so that crisis at least has been taken care of. The oxygen is running, which means we should be working on our pressure problems. The pipe is blocked again. So we got a lot of dirty water. It comes up here and then it gets blocked. This pipe is... oh, what's this? Sorry guys, I somehow deleted... oh, because I deleted the bottle emptier. And when I deconstructed the bottle emptier, I deconstructed the pipe behind it. Come on, Lyra, right here. No? She's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Thank you. Alright, good. Then we've got our... we'll have our oxygen skimmer working again in a moment. I think. No, it's still blocked. Okay. Dirty water comes up here and is stuck. You know, I really don't need two things right there. So let's take a look at our plumbing. Let's delete this and this. And let's simplify this plumbing right now. Okay. So this is a... wait a minute. This is a dirty water return. I got this bubble going this way. Alright, so let's take this and put it there. And then we'll have to clean up all the dirty water that we spilled when we were fixing the plumbing. But at least this is working again. And we have another skill. We're also going to need to put in another bedroom, so I'll do that, and then we're pretty much going to be done. Boy, Abe's morale is great. Let's put super hard digging, and Stinky is doing great, maybe because this base is kind of stinky. I want to get people on exosuits, so we'll do that. And we need to get in another set of bedrooms. I don't exactly want to put it there, but this is going to be an exosuit dock. So I don't really want to put it here either. We dug this area out, and it's pretty warm here, and it's oxygenated, so we'll put the bedrooms in here. Oh, how about we dig it? And we'll put these up, put a roof across it. I think what we need is more carbon dioxide in the base. feel like we don't have enough yet. Okay, and then we can put in a artwork here. Oh, it's not high enough. Okay, hang on. I can fix that. We'll go up another one and there. Oh, then we're in line with the door. Oh, it's as if I planned it that way, which we'll pretend that I did. And then we should be able to put some more bedrooms in here. Because we don't need them now, but I'd like to have those bedrooms planned for when we do need them. We'll put 4 more there. Can we put some crown molding here? No, not yet. Because I don't have a wall piece there. But I can put them here. Okay. And they'll start working on that. I really do not want to get into here. And I would also really like to know what this is down here. So before we end today's session, let's see if we can't dig this out and have a solution potentially here. Now, I don't know that chlorine gas is going to be all that useful to me, but maybe it's not chlorine gas. Maybe it's something else. There is a way that you can mess around with your priorities and find out, but it kind of seems like cheating. And if I wanted it easier, I would have started on an easier map. So Ren is my science person, but he's also going to be my digger. Sometimes on the maps, I was in a situation like this that I was trying to dig it out, and what I ended up digging out was a volcano, and it was right atop my base. It was a real problem. A cool slush geyser. Erupts with freezing crushed ice. Well, that's really good. Let's dig that out. Because what I need is more water in this base. And if we put some heat underneath it, we can melt it. And we can have 3 water sources, or potentially it's cool because it'll be ice. And so we can use it to cool down some of our warmer buildings. So we'll just let it run after we get it dug out here. I don't think I've ever seen one of those before. Oh great, I got a guy standing next to it when it's going to increase. Work faster! Oh, and it's polluted water too. Okay, well, you know what? Here, let's just lock this, and then let's cancel these. Oh, it's going to be polluted ice. Oh, okay, well, We'll lock it and just not use it at the moment. Might use it later. Well, we're actually starting to look somewhat like we're just kind of staggering along. It would be nice to have this oxygen figured out a little bit better. Our oxygen's gone down, but our oxygen's down because our power is down. I don't know. I don't feel like it's a hopeless cause yet. I think it's I think we might be going that way. But I don't think it's hopeless yet. I think I can run this ladder, right? No. Well, okay. I'd like to connect these two. We'll put a new setup here. But I think that we might be moving towards not having a working base pretty soon, but I think that at the moment we're doing okay. So do I want lime or a Drecklet egg? I think I want lime. Can get those from eggshells too, though. But this is 3 Drecko's eggs. And I have 4 already. But then once I shear them, well, let's get the lime at the moment. Okay. I need more things taking care of oxygen like anything. So, I already got 3 eggs here. Okay, well. Alright, well, if you found that this was a interesting video, you can always give me a like. Otherwise, you're welcome to subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you next week. You can always leave comments below of what you would like to see or what will be done. I discussed it in the last video, but you wouldn't have heard it because that video didn't work out. That the shooter options do have I don't generally play that many shooters. And the reason I generally don't play that many shooters, I'm not that interested in them. There's a couple of them like EDF, which I just think is kind of funny to play. But for the most part, I really don't play that many shooters. But to get the same type of effect as a shooter would be something like Subnautica. So after this, we have a couple of math games which are educational. They're a lot shorter than this. I have no idea how long this will go, but looking at my oxygen, not much longer, I suspect. And then we'll also then I might do a Subnautica playthrough to show some of the ways that shooters have been used in, and we've discussed this like in the arch surgery research article, where it helps out with their fine motor control. That's a pretty interesting one anyway. And it's not really new, so we'll cover that one. And then I have a few other educational games and simulators that I would like to try out. So we'll have that. And I'm planning to start producing third set of videos. I don't really know when that's going to start, but we'll do a third set of videos that will go out, and those will be on paper and pen role-playing games. And they have educational uses too in social gaming. So that'll give us a couple of things to do. I actually have so many ideas that I'm never going to get them all done. But if anybody has more, plans, you're welcome to put them, and I'll try to in the comments down below, and I'll try to get to them when I can. All right, take care, and I will see you next week.